I don't know that we would be the same community without this campus, and obviously we wouldn't be the same campus without the community.
IUEast serves our communities. We are here to educate the future leaders of our region.
A huge percentage of the graduates stay in our area to work, and it's a huge driver of workforce development. And I speak personally for ReHealth. I don't know where we'd be without the nurses and the employees that we get.
Our students are engaged both on campus and off campus. Many do service learning in the community. They may be out doing projects in various areas, but they're often here on campus engaged in all kinds of things.
IUEast has a very robust program across all kinds of specialties. Obviously nursing, but we have marketing professionals, IT professionals, business office professionals that all come from IUEast all across the spectrum. Personally, I have worked for me 2 former interns for IUEast that have transitioned to job for us.
We integrate with the community. We have all these opportunities for our students, and we see that our students are working in businesses, they're working part-time, full-time, maybe they aspire to do something more in their workplace, and we're the key for that. But it's really that relationship between the region, the community, and our campus that I think that makes us special, and I hope no one underestimates what that means.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs. So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
IUEast has a beautiful campus. We're in Richmond. We're located on the northern side of town on about 180 beautiful acres. We have 5 buildings. The first one was Whitewater Hall. That was built in 1974. And most recently, we've added our 5th building, which is the Student Events and Activity Center, and that opened in 2016.
I think one of the things that often folks don't realize, we have 3,700 students here. Our campus is really split in a way. We have about half of those students are traditional age students who are coming right out of high school, and they're doing all those typical things that college age students do. And then we have this other aspect of our campus that's online, and that serves about half of our students as well. And so we're able to serve both of these groups in a really great way.
We are an Indiana University campus right here in Richmond, so students can get an IU degree in their region.
An IU East degree holds just as much weight as a degree from IU Bloomington does, except you're getting a degree at a fraction of the cost as you would at a different campus. So I'm able to graduate debt-free in May, and that's something that a lot of students aren't able to say.
We have a small enough campus that students will really get to know their faculty, and their faculty will get to know them, yet it's large enough so that we have a full campus life and students get the full college experience.
This campus can be everything that you want it to be. If you just want to come and go to class, you can do that. But if you want to be somebody who is out in front and leading and noticed, you're going to get that chance. And that doesn't happen everywhere. I don't know that we would be the same community without this campus, and obviously we wouldn't be the same campus without the community.
IU East serves our communities. We are here to educate the future leaders of our region.
A huge percentage of the graduates stay in our area to work, and it's a huge driver of workforce development. And I speak personally for Reed Health. I don't know where we'd be without the nurses and the employees that we get from IU East.
Our students are engaged both on campus and off campus. Many do service learning in the community. They may be out doing projects at various areas, but they're often here on campus engaged in all kinds of things.
IU East has a very robust internship program across all kinds of specialties, obviously nursing, but we have marketing professionals, we have IT professionals, we have business office professionals that all come from IU East, all across the spectrum. I know personally, I have working for me 2 former interns for IU East that have transitioned to full-time employees that are doing an amazing job for us.
We integrate with the community, and we have all these opportunities for our students, and we see that our students are working in businesses. Maybe they're working part-time, maybe they're working full-time, maybe they aspire to do something more in their workplace, and we're the key for that. But it's really that relationship between the region, the community, and our campus that I think that makes us special, and I hope no one underestimates what that means.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
IU East has a beautiful campus. We're in Richmond. We're located on the northern side of town on about 180 beautiful acres. We have 5 buildings. The first one was Whitewater Hall. That was built in 1974. And most recently, we've added our 5th building, which is the Student Events and Activity Center, and that opened in 2016.
I think one of the things that often folks don't realize, we have 3,700 students here. Our campus is really split in a way. We have about half of those students are traditional age students who are coming right out of high school, and they're doing all those typical things that college age students do. And then we have this other aspect of our campus that's online, and that serves about half of our students as well. And so we're able to serve both of these groups in a really great way.
We are an Indiana University campus right here in Richmond, so students can get an IU degree in their region.
An IU East degree holds just as much weight as a degree from IU Bloomington does, except you're getting a degree at a fraction of the cost as you would at a different campus. So I'm able to graduate debt-free in May, and that's something that a lot of students aren't able to say.
We have a small enough campus that students will really get to know their faculty, and their faculty will get to know them, yet it's large enough so that we have a full campus life and students get the full college experience.
This campus can be everything that you want it to be. You just want to come and go to class, you can do that. But if you want to be somebody who is out in front and leading and noticed, you're going to get that chance. And that doesn't happen everywhere.
President McRobbie, Chancellor Cruz-Uribe, the candidates are assembled. We may now proceed with these commencement exercises.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. As we begin our commencement ceremony this evening, Aaron Roberts, an officer with the Indiana University East Campus Police, will lead us in singing the national anthem. So would all those who are not standing and who are able, please stand for the national anthem.
Perilous
Thank you, and please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, and members of the class of 2018. You haven't forgotten how to do that, obviously, on this campus. Welcome to the 190th Annual Commencement Ceremony of Indiana University and the 48th Commencement Exercises at IU East. Starting last Friday and continuing all this week until tomorrow, Indiana University will be awarding a record 21,500 degrees around the state of Indiana, including 842 right here at IU East. I'm especially pleased to welcome the parents, the wives, husbands, partners, relatives, and friends who have helped to make possible this day of achievement for all of our candidates. We share this pride in this celebration of accomplishment. This evening's ceremony is but brief compared with the years of diligent effort that each candidate has invested in his or her own education. Therefore, we ask our guests to honor all of our graduates by remaining until the ceremony is concluded. Indiana University is proud of its long and distinguished history. As a public university, we are deeply grateful for the support that we receive from the people of Indiana, and we are proud of the university's service to our state, our country, and the world for nearly 200 years. Seated behind me are officers of the university, members of the Board of Advisors for this campus, and other special guests. We are pleased that they have joined us for this special occasion. You will find their names in your program booklets. I'm particularly pleased to introduce a member of the Board of Trustees of Indiana University, and joining us today is Donna B. Spears from Richmond. Please join me in welcoming her. Also with us this evening are senior members of the administration of Indiana University. Joining us are John Whalen, Vice President for Human Resources, and James C. Wimbush, Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Multicultural Affairs. Please join me in welcoming our Vice Presidents. And also with us is the Dean of the IU School of Social Work, Tamara Davis, and please join me also in welcoming her. And it is now a great pleasure to call to the podium the Chancellor of Indiana University East, Catherine Cruz Uribe. Please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Thank you, President McRobbie. It is my great pleasure to join you in greeting our honored guests, the many friends who have come for this important occasion, and members of IU East's class of 2019. At this time, let us also recognize the members of the Indiana University East Board of Advisors. This board is composed of individuals who help to make the university a vital and integral part of this region and this community. Will the Board of Advisors please stand for our greeting? There is another important and crucial group of individuals that I ask you to salute, the faculty members of Indiana University East. Their outstanding scholarship and their dedication to teaching and learning experiences have made this commencement possible. They have inspired our graduates in ways that will last a lifetime. Will the faculty please stand for our recognition? Thank you. I would also like to recognize the members of IU East's outstanding staff who are with us this evening. These tireless individuals help to make it possible for our students to succeed. I ask them to please stand, and would you give them a round of applause? And now I ask the class of 2019 to look around at your families and friends. Their support and encouragement have been invaluable. All of us rely in countless ways on those who are near and dear to us. We depend on their helping hands and their faith that we will succeed. So, class of 2019, please stand up and give a big round of applause for your families and friends. Thank you. You may be seated. And now, President McRobbie will recognize our honorary degree recipients.
Thank you, Chancellor Cruz-Uribe. A splendid tradition at any IU commencement ceremony is the awarding of honorary degrees, the highest accolade that Indiana University can bestow. This evening, we honor two outstanding individuals. You'll find brief biographies of both the honorees in your program booklets. I ask Chancellor Cruz-Uribe to escort our first candidate, Craig Kenyon, to the podium, and I ask Jay Barbre, the campus Grand Marshal, and University Platform Marshal Sarah Mostis to assist.
President McRobbie, Craig Kenyon is the nationally recognized President and Chief Executive Officer of Reed Health. Reed Health's campus, located next to IU East, is a fine partner to our campus, providing clinical experiences for our nursing students, as well as internship opportunities for students with a variety of majors. The hospital also provides a full-time athletic trainer for IU East athletics, and it has given nearly $350,000 in philanthropic support to IU East over the past 10 years. Mr. Kenyon has embraced the partnership between Reed Health and IU East in ways that have been vital to the success of our campus and our students. Mr. Kenyon has represented our community well by serving as a member of several boards that work at the state and national level. He serves on the IU East Board of Advisors, as well as other key governing bodies in the region. He is the treasurer of the Preble County, Ohio Development Partnership Board, and he is vice president of the board of the Crossroads Health Services Reciprocal Initiative. He is also a board member of the Earlham College Community Partnership, West End Bank, the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, Vizient Central, and the Tecumseh Health Reciprocal Risk Retention Group. Mr. Kenyon also serves on the Forward Wayne County Steering Committee, looking at how to utilize the collective impact model to effect change in 3 areas: education, quality of place, and workforce development. He has advocated for the expansion of preschool in Wayne County, as research has shown that children with a preschool education have a greater likelihood of success in K-12 and a greater likelihood of later seeking a college education. He also serves on committees of Richmond's Alliance for Strategic Growth, the American Hospital Association, and the Indiana Hospital Association. Mr. Kenyon has received several honors for his leadership role at Reed Health, including the American Hospital Association's Grassroots Champion Award, which recognizes hospital leaders who most effectively educate elected officials on how major issues affect the vital role of hospitals in the community. He was one of the first voices in Indiana to bring the attention of local, state, and federal officials to the opioid crisis. He saw increasing cases of addicted babies being born at Reed and was relentless in igniting local, state, and federal initiatives to address the crisis. Thus, For these and many other efforts to create a culture of health and wellness in our region, and for his promotion of access to quality care for our citizens, it is most appropriate that Indiana University recognize Craig Kenyon with an Indiana University Doctor of Humane Letters degree.
Craig Kenyon, Indiana University salutes you, your outstanding community leadership and your commitment to finding solutions to our most pressing healthcare challenges serve as an inspiration to all. And so, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Indiana University, I am proud and privileged to confer on you with honor the degree Doctor of Humane Letters with all attendant rights and privileges. Congratulations. Mr. Kenyon is joined by his wife, Lisa, and by other family members, and maybe you could join me in giving them a round of applause to welcome them and also to congratulate Mr. Kenyon again. I now ask Chancellor Cruz-Uribe to escort our next honorary degree candidate to the podium, Charlie Nelms.
President McRobbie, Charlie Nelms is a Chancellor Emeritus of Indiana University East and an IU Professor Emeritus of Education. Dr. Nelms grew up amidst the hardships and injustices of the segregated southern United States, working alongside his parents and siblings on a family cotton farm. Though his parents had little formal schooling, they instilled in their children a profound respect for education. Their vision inspired Dr. Nelms as he earned his undergraduate degree at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, an historically Black university, and as he completed his master's and doctoral degrees at IU, with which he has now been affiliated for approximately 50 years. Dr. Nelms went on to become the first African-American chancellor of an IU campus, as well as IU's first African-American vice president, with the title Vice President for Institutional Development and Student Affairs. He also served as the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Chief Student Affairs Officer at Indiana University Northwest. In addition, Dr. Nelms served as Chancellor of both the University of Michigan Flint and North Carolina Central University. North Carolina Central was ranked by U.S. News & World Report among the best public historically Black colleges and universities in the nation for 3 years in a row during Dr. Nelms' leadership. Dr. Nelms has received extensive national recognition for his expertise in higher education, including fellowships from prestigious institutions such as the Ford Foundation and the American Council on Education. In 2012, President Barack Obama presented Dr. Nelms with the MLK Drum Major for Service Award, which recognizes heroes around the country who have answered the call to service. A passionate believer in the power of philanthropy, Dr. Nelms has, in partnership with his wife, established the Charlie and Janetta Nelms Endowed Scholarship at 4 universities, helping approximately 30 students a year. They also support endowments that enhance professional development for minority graduate students, mentorship, and faculty development. Dr. Nelms has served on numerous boards, including those of the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, the John Gardner Institute for Excellence in Undergraduate Education, the NCA Higher Learning Commission, the National Survey of Student Engagement, First Bank Richmond, and the American Association of State Colleges and Universities. Dr. Nelms is the author of the books Having My Say, Reflections of a Black Baby Boomer, and On the Inside Looking Out, Observations from African American Administrators in Predominantly White Colleges and Universities, among others. His memoir, From Cotton Fields to University Leadership, All Eyes on Charlie, was published this year by Indiana University Press as an IU bicentennial initiative. As with many of his publications, a portion of the proceeds will be donated to scholarships at historically Black colleges and universities. Thus, for Dr. Nelms' countless contributions to Indiana University, to many other colleges and universities, and to the lives of innumerable students and colleagues from diverse backgrounds, it is most fitting that Indiana University recognize Charlie Nelms with an honorary Indiana University degree.
Charlie Nelms, Indiana University is very proud of you. Your groundbreaking achievements and your generosity of spirit stand as a shining example to all. And so, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Indiana University, I am proud and privileged to confer on you, with honor, the degree Doctor of Humane Letters with all attendant rights and privileges. Congratulations. Dr. Nelms is joined tonight by his wife, Janetta, and a number of his friends. Many of his friends have joined us this evening. Maybe you could join me in welcoming all of those as well. And I have to add as a point of personal privilege that as a longtime colleague and friend of Dr. Nelms, it really gives me great pleasure personally to be able to make this very much well-deserved award to him. So please join me in congratulating Charlie Nelms once again. Now I ask Chancellor Cruz-Uribe to introduce the induction of the class of 2019 into the Indiana University Alumni Association.
Thank you, President McRobbie. A traditional feature of commencement is the induction of the graduating class into the Indiana University Alumni Association. As students, you have been members of a very close family at Indiana University East. As graduates, you will become part of something much bigger, a network of friends and colleagues with whom you have much in common. I now invite representatives of the Indiana University Alumni Association to induct the class of 2019 into the IU Alumni Association. Trustee Spears will represent the university. Angela Fairchild, president of the Indiana University East Alumni Association, will represent the alumni. And Brianna Nowalk of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, will represent the class of 2019. Not only is Ms. Nowalk representing the class of 2019, but she is also the recipient of the Naomi Osborne Award, given to the baccalaureate candidate with the highest grade point average. This award is named in memory of Miss Naomi Osborne, the first Director of Public Relations at IU East, who contributed her wonderful art collection to the campus and received the Chancellor's Medallion. Ms. Nowak graduates today with a degree in biochemistry from the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. In addition to her outstanding academic achievements, Ms. Nowak was involved in various campus activities, including the IU East women's golf team, serving as team captain for the past 2 years. She is a Champion of Character honoree. She was recognized as the 2018 IU East Women's Academic Athlete of the Year, and she is the first IU East golfer to earn NAIA All-American distinction. Ms. Nowak recently gained acceptance into the IU School of Medicine and plans to begin the program this fall. I'm quite certain that Ms. Osborne would be extremely impressed by Bree's accomplishments and academic success. Now, will all members of the Indiana University East graduating class please stand?
Trustee Spears, inscribed upon this scroll are the names of every member of the graduating class of 2019. I request that each name be formally added to the list of alumni of Indiana University. We look forward to joining IU's extended family, and we ask the alumni to direct our service towards the university in the future.
Thank you, Ms. Nowak. President Fairchild, the trustees of Indiana University are proud to present these graduates for admission into the Indiana University Alumni Association. They join approximately 700,000 IU graduates, and more than 10,000 are from IU East. These graduates reside in all 50 states and in over 150 countries around the world, and they constitute the third largest university alumni body in the United States. Would all of the IU alumni from any campus in the audience please rise? We'd like to recognize you as well. Woo-hoo. 2019 graduates, please look around you. Today, you are joining IU's global network of alumni. We know that those graduating here will continue to enhance the worldwide reputation of IU and bring distinction and honor to our alma mater. Alumni, please be seated. And 2019 graduates remain standing.
Trustee Spears, we accept and welcome the members of the graduating class of 2019 into the alumni body. Class of 2019, we are confident that you will enrich our lives by your personal example and the high standards you bring to all that you do. Indiana University depends on you to maintain its tradition of excellence in the arts, sciences, business, education, and public service. I challenge each of you to support your university and your alumni association with your time and your talent. Thank you.
To the class of 2019, I offer congratulations on your induction into the Indiana University Alumni Association, and you may be seated. It is an honor to be with you this evening and to celebrate this well-earned milestone that will link you forever with IU East and the more than 10,000 alumni who have traveled this path before you. I know many of you have completed your studies while also managing multiple priorities in your lives, such as jobs and family. The diploma you will receive tonight signifies a remarkable achievement in your lives and demonstrates your vision and your dedication and your determination. Well, we will just go forth. Seems to be missing a page, but that's okay. We are here to celebrate you as students, and I'd like to tell a few student stories rather than facts and figures. So our students are involved with activities such as the Third Grade Reading Academy, which is part of the Every Child Can Read initiative in Wayne County. This event brings about 300 third graders to campus each summer and provides fun activities that encourage learning and, of course, reading. Many of our faculty are involved in this program, and so are our students, including Caitlin Groff, who is this year's Chancellor Scholar from the School of Education. Caitlin will begin teaching at Centerville this fall, along with fellow graduates Kaylin Smith and Savannah Thomas. These graduates will join the more than 425 IU East School of Education alumni who are serving as teachers in our region. We see similar numbers with our School of Nursing and Health Sciences, which graduates prepared clinicians each year who take roles such as RNs and nurse practitioners in hospitals throughout our region. Today, there are nearly 100 nurses seated in front of us, including Sarah Hornack. Sarah is from Richmond and was very active on campus. She served as an ambassador and as a member of the women's cross-country and track and field teams. Sarah recently accepted a position as an RN at Reed Hospital. Our students are taking an active role in the business world as well. Nearly 300 IUE students participate in some type of internship or job experience activity each year. For example, this past year, Nate Niehoff, a business administration major from Rushville, Indiana, had an internship in the finance department of First Bank Richmond. Nate gained skills that helped him earn a position at Citizens State Bank in Newcastle as a credit analyst. In addition to his academic work, Nate was also a four-year member of the men's basketball team and scored more than 1,000 points as a Red Wolf. Nate is not the only student graduating today. In all, approximately 25 will cross the platform, including 2 NAIA All-Americans, Seth Reynolds, a track and field student athlete from Eaton, Ohio, and golfer Brianna Nowalk, who you met earlier. In addition to our student athletes, we also welcome a professional athlete this evening. Anastasia Rodionova from Boca Raton, Florida, is this year's outstanding student in business administration. She is a professional tennis player with the Women's Tennis Association, or WTA, an organization that has a very unique relationship with IU East. Anastasia has been enrolled in online courses every semester since 2013, all while traveling the world and competing. While Anastasia is not our first WTA graduate, she is the first to be able to attend our May commencement ceremony, and we are delighted to see her today. I'm equally delighted to see Alicia Thompson. Alicia is a single mother of 3 who returned to college as a first-generation, non-traditional age student. She is active in the community through the NAACP and serves as a mentor at Richmond High School. On campus, Alicia's activities included conducting outstanding research in the science lab, as well as serving as president of the Tri Beta Biology Honor Society. We look forward to watching Alicia's success, as we do other graduates, such as Brianna Parker. Brianna is from Newcastle, Indiana, and majored in political science and psychology. She has been very active on campus, and she was also named the Outstanding Student in Political Science. Brianna will head to the McKinney School of Law at IUPUI in the fall, along with her fellow student, Taylor Webster. Taylor is from Richmond and served as student government president, as a member of the Diversity Committee and the Multicultural Affairs Club, which she helped establish on campus. Today, we also have an opportunity to celebrate our legacy families, which include those graduates who have parents or grandparents who have also graduated from IU East. One such student is Cole Lane, this year's Outstanding Student in Social Work. Cole is from Brownsville, Indiana, and is joined here today by his mother, Kimmy Taylor, who is a 2002 graduate of IU East. If you have had lunch at the Den or attended a campus event over the past couple of years, you might recognize Cole. He has worked here on campus to supply our celebrations and events with food and beverages while also excelling in the classroom. Today we celebrate with him. You all have achieved so much. I must admit, I brag about you and your accomplishments very often. I'm very proud of you, but your journey is not over. After all, this is a commencement ceremony, a beginning. As you cross this stage tonight and start your next chapter, I know that you will continue to learn, to mentor others as you have been mentored, and to be involved in your communities. Our region and the world needs your skills and your willingness to do the hard work it takes to make a difference. Class of 2019, it is a great privilege for me to be your chancellor, and I'm so very happy to see you reach this milestone. Congratulations, and go Red Wolves. And now, I would like to invite one of your classmates, Christopher Karanovich, to address the class of 2019. Mr. Karanovich is graduating today from the School of Natural Science and Mathematics with a Bachelor of Science degree. Please join me in welcoming him to the platform.
Class of 2019, how you doing? I really wanted to do that for a while. President McRobbie, Chancellor Cruz-Uribe, honored guests, faculty, friends, family, graduating class of 2019. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak at today's ceremony. I have to admit, I was initially overwhelmed at having such an honor bestowed upon me. I literally didn't know what to say to you guys, which, as you can imagine, is a problem when asked to speak at commencement. So as a student that's minutes away from a baccalaureate degree in biology, I did what comes naturally to me. I did a bit of research. I listened to some amazing speeches given from some incredible people over the years. I heard speeches from former President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, actors and comedians Charlie Day and Conan O'Brien, and the pious Father Greg Boyle. They all had some immediately noticeable similarities. They all spoke at great length about their own life's journey, while weaving in a poignant message they wanted to impart on the graduates. I really like that idea. I like the format they chose. But truthfully, no one really wants to hear all about me, and that's okay, because today isn't all about me. So I thought I'd speak about who really matters. The reason we've all gathered here today with such esteemed professors and administrators, why our biggest supporters are here in attendance, our parents, spouses, friends, uncles, and aunties. Dare I say, why the very sun rises and sets today, because of you, the graduating class of 2019. So let's talk about who we are. I'd like to first take a chance to give a special thanks to all of our veterans here today, not just grads, but family and friends as well. You'll notice I'm also wearing our red, white, and blue cords to signify my own status as a combat veteran. I followed in the footsteps of 2 generations of Karanovich men and women who served in the United States Armed Forces, and as a second-generation American, I wear these cords very proudly. Those of you who know me know I hail from the great state of Hawaii. Having been abandoned by my biological mother and father at a very young age, I've always felt I had a unique opportunity to choose where and with whom I made my home. Much like my mom and dad, who chose to take me in all those years ago. Excuse me. Thank you. They chose to take me in all those years ago, and I was able to choose. who I surrounded myself with. And of course I chose Hawaii, because if you're going to choose a state to live in, that's obviously the state you choose. It was on the shores of our beautiful Hawaii Nei that I met my wife, Candace. Although, truth be told, we actually met in a cellular and molecular biology course, but that doesn't quite have the same romantic ring. So Candace and I became family, and soon enough my family grew again with the addition of the most handsome, intelligent, creative, loving, smart, good-looking, handsome son, Kainoa. And in case you're wondering, he takes a lot after his father. Then by chance or design, or however you view the spiritual and existential, in the fall of 2017, I chose to attend Indiana University East. Because before I knew you personally, I knew IU. I had once again chosen to add to my family, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. I've always felt welcome and appreciated here, and for that I owe every single one of you a sincere thank you, because it could not have always been easy. And yet, as an example of the caliber student we have here at IUE, consider Harmony, one of our graduates sitting here tonight. Harmony is a mother of 4 who was working on her BS in biology while simultaneously working towards and eventually gaining acceptance into a physical therapy program. It's very impressive. Harmony always took the time to make me feel accepted, like I belong. I never once felt like everything else was too important for her to take time for others. Harmony, you're like a big sister, and you're a model for us all. Thank you for being you. Dr. Karana, Parul, your cool, calm demeanor and the quiet elegance with which you conduct yourself every single day is truly amazing. Like a mom that gives enough latitude for us to grow while maintaining a connection strong enough to keep us in line, you are truly inspiring. Dr. UK Law, that's right. What is there to say about you that isn't said every single day in the halls of Whitewater? You demonstrate a passion for teaching that inspires a desire to learn. You have lit our path with brilliance, strength, and patience that is unrivaled. Thank you. So as you can see, my IUE family is full of exceptional peoples, and I know each and every one of you sitting here today has also built a family of exceptional people during your tenure. We all have. Because it doesn't matter which path you have chosen to get here, whether it is through the College of Business and Economics, education, humanities and social sciences, informatics, nursing, natural sciences and mathematics, or social work. We have all been guided and influenced by the incredible staff and administration, professors and peers here at Indiana University East. This is our community, and this is our family. So class of 2019, I am confident you will continue to show a high level of leadership, profound compassion, love, intelligence, strong work ethic, and personal integrity as you go forward from this step in your life. And it's a good thing, because the challenges we face today are ever growing in difficulty and complexity. We are going to need these skills, maybe now more than ever, to identify challenging problems and synthesize responsible and sustainable solutions together. I assert that this graduating class has the skills and the temperament to lead from the front and make Indiana University East proud to call us alumni. So the future is yours. Every single one of you is going to leave this place today and begin the journey of the rest of your life, shaping your future with every step and every act. Remember, the future is not yours alone. It is ours. It belongs to the class before you and to the class after you. It's our families and a complete strangers. The community is the community you choose. And the larger and more diverse that community becomes, the more successes we attain, and the more well-preserved our successes become. Synergistically, we become greater than ourselves, and we amplify our own positive outcomes by sharing and continuing to grow with others. There is a saying in Hawaii that goes, "Holamua me ka o ia I o," which translates into progress with truth. The seal for Indiana University carries the words lux et veritas, which in Latin means light and truth. So as one of the newest members of the IU family, I challenge you to step through this gateway together as a part of this community, as a part of this family, representing Indiana University and our local and global communities, and make progress with light and truth. Thank you, and congratulations again, class of 2019.
Christopher, thank you so much for that wonderful message. I certainly feel very inspired after hearing that, and thank you. Now I call on President McRobbie to deliver his charge to the class of 2019.
Trustee Spears, Chancellor Cruz-Uribe, honored guests, colleagues, and members of the IU class of 2019. In less than 2 months, the celebrations for Indiana University's bicentennial year will begin. And on January 20, 2020, we will observe with the greatest of pride the anniversary of the university's founding 200 years ago. Candidates, today we congratulate you, the last graduates of Indiana University's second century, on all that you have achieved in your years here. But in congratulating you, it is also fitting that we reflect on the immense achievements of those who have gone before you, and on the remarkable impact that so many of the alumni and faculty of this great university have had on the state, the nation, and the world. For the character of their achievements provides a measure for all that you will achieve in future years. In just the last few weeks, we have seen the passing of 4 such giants of Indiana University: George Taliaferro, David Hamburg, Senator Birch Bayh, and Senator Richard Lugar. And this year also marks the 10th anniversary of the awarding of the Nobel Prize in Economics to the late Elinor Ostrom, a scholar of outstanding excellence. Alumnus George Taliaferro was one of the greatest players in IU football history, and the first African American to be drafted by the NFL, where his career was no less remarkable. During his time as a student, when segregation was prevalent across our state and nation, Mr. Taliaferro fought to integrate Indiana communities, and he continued throughout his life to be a champion for fairness, compassion, and equality. David Hamburg graduated from the IU School of Medicine and went on to reach the loftiest heights of leadership in the medical and psychiatric fields. But much of his life and career was also dedicated to public service and philanthropy, and he worked tirelessly to improve the health and well-being of children and to end violent conflict around the globe. IU alumnus and former US Senator Birch Bayh was the only lawmaker since the Founding Fathers to author 2 constitutional amendments. If you voted in any federal American election before you turned 21, you owe a debt to Birch Bayh, for he authored the 26th Amendment, which lowered the voting age to 18. And his co-authorship and fearless championing of the 1972 Title IX legislation made possible equal opportunities in both sports and education for literally tens of millions of women in universities across this country. The impact of his work on Title IX endures to this day, including right here at IU East. Former Senator Richard Lugar, who served on the IU faculty, was one of our nation's most illustrious and visionary statesmen. His accomplishments were myriad. Among them was the Nunn-Lugar Act, which eliminated more than 7,500 nuclear warheads from Russia and other parts of the former Soviet Union. Our nation and our world are safer because of him. And the impact of his work in areas including agriculture, education, and children's nutrition programs continues to be felt right here in East Central Indiana and across the state and the nation. This year, we also celebrate the 10th anniversary of the awarding of the Nobel Prize in Economics to IU Professor Elinor Ostrom. She is the only woman to ever win the Nobel Prize in Economics. She was known for her courageous and groundbreaking research, which demonstrated by meticulous and sustained empirical studies that ordinary people are perfectly capable of creating rules and institutions that allow for the sustainable and equitable management of shared resources, confounding decades of economic orthodoxy. The extraordinary achievements of all 5 of these IU legends demonstrates how an education at Indiana University can prepare you for careers of sustained excellence in statecraft, in politics, in science and public policy, athletics, and in the fight for justice, equality, and civil rights. But what qualities, what character traits and virtues did these 5 possess that allowed them to achieve greatness in their fields? First, all 5 shared a commitment to constant and untiring study and unremitting dedication to the search for truth. Their commitment did not end with their formal education, but continued throughout their lives. Dr. Hamburg and Professor Ostrom were renowned scholars who never stopped questioning, exploring, and learning. Senators Bayh and Lugar were known for their discipline of study that made them experts among their senatorial colleagues on numerous critical issues of the greatest national and international importance. And when George Taliaferro entered professional football, he promised his parents that he would return to IU to finish his degree, a pledge he fulfilled, then gaining a further degree some years later. All 5 also shared a commitment to collaboration. The concept of working together was a defining theme of Professor Ostrom's career. Senators Bayh and Lugar, a Democrat and a Republican respectively, were renowned for putting principle above party and for their commitment to working in a spirit of bipartisanship to do what is right for our communities, our states, our nation, and the world. And all 5 were people of enormous integrity. Throughout their lives, they behaved with humility and modesty and treated others with decency and respect. They consistently stood up for what they believed was right, as George Taliaferro and Chancellor Emeritus Charlie Nelms, whom we honored earlier, both did when confronted with appalling discrimination and socially sanctioned segregation. The qualities and virtues that allowed these 5 great figures from IU's history to succeed are the very virtues that you have learned during your time here at IU East. Your IU East education has taught you to search for, venerate, and defend the truth. You have worked in the same collaborative, interdisciplinary, and participatory spirit exemplified by these 5 IU legends. Your IU East education has instilled in you the desire to ask and the capacity to seek answers to questions about globalization, about prosperity and poverty, about energy, technology, and fundamental questions about right and wrong. In the years to come, I fully expect that it will be your achievements that will also bring great pride to Indiana University, and that others will stand on this very stage to extol your virtues and your achievements and to hold these up as a beacon to those who will come after you. Candidates, in today's constantly changing world, the pressing tasks that are waiting to be performed are extensive, and the problems in need of solutions are immense. As graduates of Indiana University East, you have been preparing for years to become the next generation to discover, to understand, and to apply all that you have learned. May you be inspired by the lives and careers of those that we have honored today and by the faculty with whom you have worked at IU East to devote yourselves to public service and to advancing the common good. May you carry on the traditions of excellence that have brought you to this moment. And may it be said in years to come that it was graduates like you, here and around the world, who confronted and conquered the most difficult challenges of today and gained the respect, admiration, and gratitude of all. Congratulations, class of 2019. I now invite Chancellor Cruz-Uribe to return to the podium.
Thank you, President McRobbie. We now come to the central moment of this commencement ceremony, the conferral of degrees. The names of the candidates are listed in your program booklets. I invite your attention to the fact that some candidates have been awarded honors in general scholarship. They are wearing distinguishing cords. The significance of these cords is explained in the honor cords section of your program booklets. In addition, some students have earned departmental or school honors or are members of Academic Honor Society. Indiana University holds all of its graduates in high esteem and takes an added measure of pride in those who have excelled academically. I now ask those candidates for degrees who are graduating with distinction, high distinction, and highest distinction to please stand and remain standing.
I also ask those candidates who have attained departmental or school honors or who belong to academic honor societies to please stand. And now, congratulations to you all. Thank you. You may be seated. We also have among our graduating students those who have served or are now serving in the U.S. Armed Forces, including our student speaker, Christopher. They are wearing red, white, and blue cords, and please stand once again as we accept our deepest thanks and congratulations to you. Please stand. Thank you once again. You may be seated. The candidates will now be presented by the deans of their academic units. Those who have already completed their work will receive diplomas. Summer graduates will receive their diplomas upon certification of the completion of all requirements. President McRobbie will confer degrees after all of the candidates have been introduced, and at that time, all of the candidates will be asked to stand once again for the conferral. I begin by asking Nick Deliner, Interim Dean of the IU East School of Business and Economics, to present candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Applied Science please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Business please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Informatics please stand? These candidates, meeting all the requirements for the degrees indicated, are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of these degrees. Congratulations. Please be seated.
I now invite Jerry Wild, Dean of the IU East School of Education, to present candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Education please stand? These candidates, meeting all the requirements for the degrees indicated, are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of these degrees. Congratulations. Please be seated.
I now invite Darren Snyder, Dean of the IU East School of Humanities and Social Sciences, to come forward to present candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies, English, Fine Arts, History, Humanities, and Spanish please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of General Studies with concentration in Humanities and Fine Arts and in Social and Behavioral Sciences please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Communication Studies, Criminal Justice, Political Science, and Psychology please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts please stand? These candidates, meeting all requirements for the degrees indicated, are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of their respective degrees. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Next, I call on Neil Sabine, Dean of the IU East School of Natural Science and Mathematics, to present candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Natural Science and Mathematics please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of General Studies with concentrations in Natural Science and Mathematics please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Biology, Human Life Science, and Mathematics please stand? These candidates meeting all requirements for the degrees indicated are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of these degrees. Congratulations. Please be seated.
I now invite Karen Clark, Dean of the IU East School of Nursing and Health Sciences, to present candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Applied Health Sciences please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Nursing please stand? These candidates meeting all the requirements for the degrees indicated are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of these degrees. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Next, I call on Tamara Davis, Dean of the Indiana University School of Social Work, to present candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Social Work please stand? These candidates, meeting all requirements for the degrees indicated, are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of these degrees. Congratulations. You may be seated.
I now call upon President McRobbie for the conferral of all degrees.
Now, will all those candidates who have earned a degree from Indiana University please stand once again? Candidates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Indiana University, I am proud and privileged to confer upon each and every one of you the degrees recommended by the faculty with all attendant rights and responsibilities. The reputation of Indiana University depends on your continued commitment to the values, knowledge, and skills that you have learned here. I now invite those of you who are receiving your first college degrees to show that you are truly graduates of Indiana University by moving the tassels on your caps to the left side. Congratulations. And please be seated.
Now I invite the graduates to come forward to the platform. Dennis Hicks, the Indiana University East Registrar, will announce the names of the graduates. I will present your diplomas.
Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Kaylin Michelle Venetia. Bachelor of Applied Science, Jennifer Carey Campbell. Angela Colleen Davis. Mahmoud Mohammed Hilal. Chad William Martin. James R. Mounts. Jeff Daniel Mustard. Denver Dale Steele. Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Caitlin Dawn Aker. Courtney Page Arnold. Bruno Jose Artilio. Dylan Lee Ball. Mandy Marie Bates. Brandon Michael Bauman, Honors Program graduate. Hannah Nicole Benjamin. Adam Robert Bollinger. Heather Nicole Brooks. Charlotte Annette Brown. Jennifer Nicole Burt. Michael Howard Campton. Sherry Jean Clark. Austin Tyler Cole. Molly Leanne Comley, highest distinction. Tamara Hope Cook. Chad Alexander Koval. Austin Cole Dara. Jonathan Ashley Davis. Alexis Morgan Dawson. Chelsea Ann Fields. Jordan Taylor Fox. Karen Elaine Garland. Haley Renee Garrison. Andrew Byron Jevedon. Crystal Hughley Goebel. Paige Mackenzie Gray, Honors Program graduate, high distinction. Nathaniel L. Gunther. Lance Matthew Hackman. Surbjeet Singh. Deshaun T. Hale. Alexa Ray Hessen. Carrie Lynn Hogan. Brooklyn Michelle Hubbard. Jacob Michael Husselman. Jared W. Johnson. Valerie Renee Kakritz. Bakaya Lynn Keener. Bethany Rose Keaton. Jennifer Michelle Kisrow. Austin Lee Leniger. Rebecca May Lockhart. Bryce Carter Longnecker. Brittany Lee Ludwig. Case Lauren Mattingly. Gregory Allen Mishi. Anthony Michael Miller. Tyler Joseph Mills. Brooke Elizabeth Moffett. Serena Marie Senna Mowry. Amanda Rose Nicholson. Nathan Jensen Niehoff. Haley Renna Nixon. Chevelle Paige Nolte. Caitlin Paige Orr. Alicia Nicole Paycheck, highest distinction. Tyler Reed Pearson. Gino Allen Peroni. Kylie Nicole Perrette. Manish Puri, highest distinction. Brandy Joe Rolls. Lowell Andre Reynolds. Emily Elizabeth Richardson. Anastasia Rodinova, highest distinction. Samuel Desmond Rogers. Kendall Dwayne Rollins. Jeffrey Douglas Rose. Caitlin May Ruth. Amy Lee Sager. Kirsten Page Smith. Mackenzie Brooke Spurrier, Honors Program graduate. Alexandria Page Stat. Brenna Renee Stitt. Brian Michael Spoonar, highest distinction. Jacob M. Tesh. Lahia E. Thornton. Ashley Diane White. Alexander Ramian Lee Weitzel. Hunter Lee Wilson. Phineas Sebastian Yoder, high distinction. Kennedy M. Zimmers. Bachelor of Science in Informatics, Dylan Michael Shirkey. Bachelor of Science in Education, Caitlin Mariah Groff, highest distinction. Chelsea M. Addington. Kelsey Marie Anderson. Alexis Page Beasley. Chase Stephen Bitzer. Ainsley Taylor Bowling. Carly Dane Brandstetter. Kyle Jonathan Brown. Brittany Ann Brummett. Alicia Brooke Cole. Corey J. Cox. Stephanie Renee Eikenberry. Ryan Scott Eldridge. Ashton L. Fee, highest distinction. Krista Alexandria Foltz. Abigail Grace Harrison. Megan Nicole Hicks. Angela Marie Hoffman. Alicia Nicole Hollinger. Tori Michelle Johnson. Sydney Lynn Keene. Abby Joe King, highest distinction. Elijah Christopher May. Emily Lynn May. Lindsay Sue McCoy. Kylie Taylor Moore, highest distinction. Paula Jo Murphy. Miranda Lynn Persiponko. Veronica Grace Rector. Elizabeth Hereka Sandoval. Jonathan Michael Schaefer. Zachary Allen Scholl. Heidi Elizabeth Schultz. Kaylin Nicole Smith. Miranda K. Steele Randall. Hannah Lee Stonestreet, highest distinction. Zachary Charles Stoll, highest distinction. Kendra Brooke Templeton. Savannah Ashley Thomas, Honors Program graduate. Caitlin Nicole Whitley. Savannah Lee Woodward. Bachelor of Science in Political Science, Taylor Elaine Webster, Honors Program graduate, highest distinction. Bachelor of Arts, Stephen Henderson Barnes. Rhett S. Butler. Amanda Lynn Crawford. Morgan Allen Eamon. Hannah Elizabeth Kraus. Danielle Nicole Lieber. Shannon Leanne McBride. Carly Brianne McCullough. Kaylin Deanne Munt. Jordan Michael Petty. Bobby Joe Pugh. Abby Jean Sligger. Cassandra K. Smith. Aaron Jason Thomas. Christina Weatherwax. Stephanie Renee Wheeler. Melanie Lynn Yohe. Chelsea Lakota Salyers. Bachelor of General Studies, Wesley Brooke Irene Beeler. Susan E. Cadle. Tyler Lee Campbell. Gabe Chapman Cheney. Dylan David Cope. Matthew Joseph Diott. Robert E. Heston. April D. McKinney, distinction. Keaton Robert Mueller. Amanda Jane Mull. Shaylee Danielle Mullins. Ramon Dion Ramsey. Bachelor of Science in Communication Studies, Lauren Dodrill. Evan Timothy Hesselink. Bailey Lynn Moreland, distinction. Sybil Arlise Roseborough. Madison Taylor Schlum. Brittany May Yoder. Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, Joshua Evan Alvey. Mitchell Van Burleson. Allie Burns. Kayla Nicole Castillo. Bryant Ray Clark. Kiana Renee Clear, highest distinction. Dustin Michael Fain. Ricky Faust. Matthew Richard Giltner. Demetrius Deontre Hicks. Gabrielle McCavely Hillgrove. Autumn Marie Kahn. Brian Michael Metcalf. Jasmine Nicole Moffitt. Aaron Matthew Moistner. Avery Taylor Pittman. Courtney Lee Roberts. Melissa Joe Udiski. Zachary Chance Van Winkle. Tiffany L. Bailey. Bachelor of Science in Political Science, Jeffrey Mark Bowman. Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Jenna Marcella Alanese. Cassandra Leanne Bond. Justin Darrell Couch. Victoria Jasmine Burke. Haley Nicole Canada. Sarah Nicole Clark. Jennifer Deanne Conrad. Tracy Jean Kraft. Tracy Marie Dawson, high distinction. Chelsea Taylor Evans. Anthony Vincent de la Mora. Paula K. Frazier. Ashley Elizabeth Gartner. Danielle M. Gates. Larissa Ann Marie Gray. Alexis Leanne Hansen. Brandy Nicole Harold. Mackenzie Dawn Henson. Crystal Dawn Hicks. Taylor K. Higgins. Esteline Nicole Hill. Jessica Lynn Jennings. Melinda Danielle Johnson. Ella Ann Kincaid. Amy Ann Koza. Jenna Lynn Kratz. Jessica Renee Lewis, Honors Program graduate. Sarah Elizabeth Lockhart. Michael D. Mackey. Cassandra Jasmine Mercado. Jennifer Lynn Merkley. Ariel Katrina Miller, distinction. Tamarina Johnson. Alicia Lauren Moore. Stevie Renee Nicholas. Brianna Cassidy Parker, Honors Program graduate. Heather May Pleak. Alexandra Raddick. Melissa H. Rose. Amber Renee Rourke. Yasina Salgado. Caitlin Ann Schaefer, high distinction. Autumn Marie Smith. Deborah Ashley Smith. Darian Renee Sparks. Brianna Jean Upton. Stephanie Ann Varble. Loretta Rose Wilhite. Master of Arts, Electa R. Burke. Bachelor of Science in Human Life Science, Destiny Lynn Maitland, highest distinction. Bachelor of Arts, Keith Michael Lehman. Megan L.M. Schmidt. Moses Blake Isigari. Bachelor of General Studies, Michaelin Jore Cole. Scott Lawton. Kelvin Michael Phillips. Sierra Lynn Reese. Bernice Valaquez. Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Tiffany Elaine Cohey, Honors Program graduate. Stephania Louise Cross. Shirley Nicole Elifritz. Gabrielle Teresa Gernt. Michael James Heigl. Adam Lawrence Mills. Erin Elizabeth Springmeyer, Honors Program graduate, highest distinction. Bachelor of Science in Biology, Maria Bernadette Brazel. Jessica Ann Hokey. Jeremy Allen Prochel. Alicia Onye Mejia Thompson, Honors Program graduate. Brianna May Nowak, Honors Program graduate, highest distinction. Christopher Stephen Working. Daniel Joseph Cerna. Christopher Carl Karanovich. Tristan James Wilbanks. Bachelor of Science in Human Life Science, Caitlin Ann Boggs. Carrie Ann Buhner, Honors Program graduate. Macy Ann Gard. Margaret Irene Lehman. Seth Allen Reynolds. Thomas Jacob Shamel. Samantha Margaret Winters. Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Devereaux Danae Boxton. Taylor Shane Clark. Lana Renee Giannoni. Obed Seth Hassel. Joseph Aaron Nance. Joshua Lee Ray. Brittany Nicole Smith. Paul Anthony Terrell. Katrina Louise Walters. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Haley Elaine Stapleton, highest distinction. Bachelor of Science in Applied Health Science, Diamond D. Amon. Megan Claire Whitaker. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Keaton Franklin Akers. Morgan Nicole Bartram. Abigail Irene Rose Bloss, Honors Program graduate. Susan Marie Boston. Courtney Elizabeth Bostrom. Stephanie Marie Bulow. Brenna Leon Burcham. Amanda Marie Cannon. Carrie Alexis Coughlin. Cameron Carrie Deloney. Jessica Diane Donaldson. Casey Maria Edwards. Sarah Sunshine Eberline. Ashley Nicole Folk, Honors Program graduate. Seth William David Gray. Soshana Grubbs. Michelle Hall. Shelby Nicole Hall. Kayla Sue Hartley. Andrew Ryan Hayes. Lindsay Elaine Herzog. Sarah Elizabeth Horniak. Olivia Caitlin Suzette Hauk. Danielle Marie Humphrey. Brittany Nicole Jones, Honors Program graduate. Brianna Renee Justice, highest distinction. Kristen Carol King. Alexandria Tess Kirkendall. Catherine Ellison Lee. Chloe Jordan Light. Madison Lynn Livingston. Cheyenne E. Loy. Kara Lynn Mackey. Peyton Lynn Martin. Michaela Lynn Matney. Morgan T. McKinney. Rachel Emma Metcalf. Christopher Robert Michelini. Jennifer Lynn Moffitt. Samantha Nicole Moore. Sydney Denise Pierce. Shelby Danielle Pryor. Clayton Scott Schnitger. Kathy Ann Segrist. Kaylee Jo Simpson, Honors Program graduate, high distinction. Kara Suzette Snyder. Manon Auline Spanier. Trisha Nicole Spivey. Macy Lynn Thomas. Chastity Leanne Wampler. Kiana Nicole Wilt. Hillary Jeanette Wiseman. Master of Science in Nursing, Monica Ann Almy Boylan. Jane Ellen Anderson. Tanya Elvina Kuru Chicha. Catherine Rose Berry. Michelle Lee Kraft. Lauren Ann Hirons. Kyra Dawn Kempfer. Lisa Ann Moreau. Charlotte Lucille Olston. Mandy Sue Price. Natalie Louise Smith. Carol Jean Stevens. Catherine Jean Wadsworth. Amber Dawn York. Bachelor of Social Work, Jessica C. Mullins, distinction. Ashley Renee Beckett. Sierra Alexandra Blakely. Kaylee Jane Elizabeth Day. Janisha Murray Graves. Cole Robert Lane. Thomas Catlin Lester. Casey Manson. Christina Lynn Mills. Alexa Mackenzie Pribble. Laura Amanda Rubino. Morgan Renee Studebaker. Elizabeth Ann Hazel Taylor. Alexa Teresa Tilking. Hannah Kelly Toshlog. Mindy Ann Vicchioli. Elizabeth May Waterman.
So congratulations again to every member of the graduating class of 2019. And so we come to the close of this memorable occasion. We are all very grateful to the Indiana University East Commencement Committee and to Terry Wiesenhorn, the Director of Alumni Relations and Campus Ceremonies, for planning and organizing this event. Please join me in thanking her and her committee. And our thanks also go to Officer Roberts and to members of the Indiana University Brass Quintet for providing the wonderful music for this commencement ceremony. Again, please join me in thanking them as well. I'd also like to thank our sign language interpreters, Maddie Evermore and Jennifer Prophet. Please join me also in thanking both of them. Now, to acknowledge our newest graduates, I ask Officer Roberts to lead us all in singing our alma mater song, Hail to Old IU. And for the very small number of you here who don't know the words to the alma mater, They're on the inside front cover of your program booklet. After the song, please be seated and remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have left the commencement area. Now, please all stand for the alma mater.
IU East has a beautiful campus. We're in Richmond. We're located on the northern side of town on about 180 beautiful acres. We have 5 buildings. The first one was Whitewater Hall. That was built in 1974. And most recently, we've added our 5th building, which is the Student Events and Activity Center, and that opened in 2016.
I think one of the things that often folks don't realize, we have 3,700 students here. Our campus is really split in a way. We have about half of those students are traditional age students who are coming right out of high school, and they're doing all of those typical things that college age students do. And then we have this other aspect of our campus that's online, and that serves about half of our students as well. And so we're able to serve both of these groups in a really great way.
We are an Indiana University campus right here in Richmond, so students can get an IU degree in their region.
An IU East degree holds just as much weight as a degree from IU Bloomington does, except you're getting a degree at a fraction of the cost as you would at a different campus. So I'm able to graduate debt-free in May, and that's something that a lot of students aren't able to say.
We have a small enough campus that students will really get to know their faculty, and their faculty will get to know them, yet it's large enough so that we have a full campus life and students get the full college experience.
This campus can be everything that you want it to be. You just want to come and go to class, you can do that. But if you want to be somebody who is out in front and leading and noticed, you're going to get that chance. And that doesn't happen everywhere.
You are watching Whitewater Educational Television, Channel 20.